Right now, you're watching this video. You're sitting there, thinking, feeling, existing. But what if I told you something that will shatter everything you believe about yourself? What if you don't exist yet? What if everything you call yourself, your memories, your thoughts, your identity, is just the absence of something that hasn't arrived? What if the person you think you are is nothing more than empty space pretending to be full? In exactly 1 minute, I'll show you a scientific experiment that proves emptiness isn't what you think it is. But first, let me ask you something that will mess with your mind. Close your eyes right now. Go ahead. Actually do it for just 3 seconds. What do you see? Nothing, right? Darkness, black, empty. But here's the twist that breaks everything. Darkness isn't nothing. That blackness you just saw, that's your brain actively creating darkness. Your neurons are firing right now, filling the void with the sensation of emptiness. In fact, right now, as you watch this video, your brain is constructing reality frame by frame. You think you see the world as it is? You don't. You see a simulation, a hallucination your neurons agree on. And in the gaps between those frames, pure emptiness. You just never notice it because your mind fills every crack, every pause, every void with something. Always something, never nothing. Real emptiness, pure nothingness, you've never experienced it. You can't experience it because the moment you try to experience nothing, you become the something that fills it. But don't take my word for it. In 1948, physicist Hendrik Casimir discovered something impossible. He placed 2 metal plates in a vacuum, complete emptiness, and they moved toward each other. Nothing touched them. No force, no matter, just void, and yet they moved. This is called the Casimir Effect, and it proves that emptiness itself has energy. The void pushes. Think about what this means. If emptiness has energy, then nothing is actually something. The absence of matter isn't the absence of existence. It's a different form of existence. Scientists call it vacuum energy or zero-point energy. And here's what keeps physicists awake at night. There's more energy in the emptiness of space than in all the stars, planets, and galaxies combined. The void isn't empty. It's full of potential, full of force, full of something we can't see. Try this right now. Stop. Don't think of anything. Just be empty. Did it work? No. Because the moment you try to be empty, something fills it. Thoughts, awareness, you. Here's the paradox. You can't experience emptiness because you are the thing that fills it. And in exactly 1 minute, I'll show you what happens when someone experiences true emptiness. Not the darkness behind your eyelids, but the void of self. What they discovered will change how you see death, birth, and everything in between. But before we get there, let me show you something even stranger. In quantum physics, there's an experiment called the Double-Slit Experiment. You fire a single electron at a wall with 2 slits. Logic says it goes through one slit or the other, right? Wrong. It goes through both at the same time. The electron exists in multiple places simultaneously as a wave of probability. But here's where it gets insane. The moment you observe which slit it goes through, it collapses into one location, one reality. Your observation creates reality. Before you looked, it was everything. After you looked, it became something. So tell me, if observation creates reality, what are you before anyone observes you? What were you before you observed yourself? But what if emptiness came first? Before the Big Bang, there was no space, no time, no particles, just nothing. And from that nothing, everything exploded into existence in less than a trillionth of a second. So here's the question that breaks reality. If nothing existed, who decided to start existing? Scientists have tried to answer this for decades. Some say it was a quantum fluctuation, a random blip in nothingness that accidentally created everything. But that just pushes the question back. Where did the quantum field come from? Others say maybe time doesn't work the way we think. Maybe the Big Bang didn't have a before. Maybe asking what came before nothing is like asking what's north of the North Pole. The question itself breaks down. But here's what haunts me. If nothing existed, and then something exploded into being, nothing made a choice. Emptiness decided to stop being empty. Pause this video for 5 seconds. Close your eyes and ask yourself, how does emptiness feel? Not darkness, not silence, but the idea of nothing. Then come back and leave 1 word in the comments describing it. I want to know what you felt. In 2019, a woman lost her memory completely. Doctors called it dissociative amnesia. She woke up empty, no name, no past, no identity, and for the first time in her life, she said she felt free. She described it like this. I wasn't sad. I wasn't scared. I was just space, and everything could fit inside me. 3 months later, her memory returned, and she said the hardest part wasn't losing herself. It was becoming someone again, because once you've been empty, you realize how heavy existence is. When I read her story, I realized something terrifying. Maybe we're all like her. Maybe we've all lost our memory, not of this life, but of what we were before this life. Before we were born, we were, what, empty? And then we became someone. We filled the void with a name, a face, a story. But what if that emptiness is still there, underneath everything, waiting? What if who you are is just a thin layer of identity painted over infinite nothingness? So maybe emptiness isn't the end of something. Maybe it's the space before creation. Think about it. Before you speak, there's silence. Before you act, there's stillness. Before you think, there's void. And in that void, infinite possibility. Because here's what quantum physics tells us. Particles don't exist until they're observed. Before that, they're just probability waves, pure potential floating in emptiness. So what if you are the same? What if the you think you are is just one possibility that chose to collapse out of infinite emptiness? In Buddhism, they have a concept called anatta, no self, the idea that there is no permanent, unchanging you. You're not a thing, you're a process, a verb, not a noun. You're not a person who exists. You're existing, constantly, moment by moment, collapsing out of possibility into reality. Every second you're being born. Every second you're choosing one version of yourself out of infinite potential. And every second all the other versions of you, the ones you didn't choose, dissolve back into emptiness, waiting. But here's the part that'll break your brain. What if emptiness is conscious? In Buddhism, they call it Śūnyatā, emptiness that's aware of itself. In physics, some scientists wonder if the quantum vacuum, the empty space between atoms, might be a field of information. And information, that's just another word for meaning, structure, mind. So what if the void isn't nothing? What if it's everything that hasn't chosen a form yet? What if emptiness is God before God decided to exist? Some mystics believe this. They say consciousness isn't something that emerged from matter. Consciousness is what matter emerged from. That the universe isn't unconscious stuff that accidentally created minds. The universe is mind, dreaming itself into form. And we, you and me, are just the universe experiencing itself over and over in every possible way. Your emptiness is the same emptiness that existed before the Big Bang, before time, before anything. You are the void, remembering what it's like to be something. So remember when I said you don't exist yet? Now you understand why. You're not a finished thing. You're not complete. You're still becoming. Still collapsing out of emptiness, moment by moment, breath by breath. The you watching this video right now will be gone in 5 seconds, and a new you, one you haven't met yet, will take its place. So here's my challenge to you. Don't just watch this video and move on. Stop, look at your hands, feel your breath, and ask yourself, am I the thing that exists, or am I the emptiness that's pretending? Because maybe the truth is this: emptiness isn't the opposite of existence. Emptiness is the canvas, and you are the painting that chose to appear. So tell me, before you existed, what do you think was waiting in that void? Leave your answer below, because I genuinely want to know, what do you think you were before you became you?